Hey, welcome to another episode of the Bernie Dyke podcast featuring my best buddy, Boback Bang Biscuits, Bob Ackerman. How are you, buddy?
Keegan, Bernie Dyke, I am so freaking happy to be here with you, buddy.
I'm pumped, man. After the last few weeks, we got a lot of good feedback. We got a lot of bad feedback. I enjoy that bad feedback, though.
Well, we deserved it, all of it. I mean, it kind of sucked. But it's going to get so much better. And those people that were with us from the beginning, the very beginning, like a week ago,
Yeah.
I support them and I thank them for that.
Well, and I let people know I needed to fix the audio, so people thought I just needed a new soda can to talk to, so people started shipping me old soda cans. I actually got some good sponsors, the Dyke community.
The LGBTQ
No,
community.
no. The Dyke community. That's Dan and Kara Dyke. That's my family. Yeah, that's my parents. They bought us a new mic. I think that's what they wanted me to do with the money. They told me I sounded terrible. So
Well, you did sound terrible.
Oh, it was bad. But then we got another sponsor, another donation, all the way from India.
India, like
International? No, that's my sister, India. She also said we sounded like trash cans, something like that, rattling a lot. So we got some new mics. We're sounding better. I'm not gonna bore everybody with the mics, but I think Bob likes that thing being real close to his face. As you can tell, he's getting all beet red, or that's the whiskey.
it's a beautiful microphone, and I want to say that me and this microphone are made to just make beautiful music together. You'll never find. Right now, we are a baby, forming ourselves, moving forward. I know that great things are going to happen on this podcast, and I know that once we really hone down. Actually, we're never going to hone down because
No.
we're both so ADD. We could be all over the place at all times.
So after last week,
There you go.
I took a.
Hold on. Look at that.
Oh, what was that, squirrel?
Spider.
I thought that it was a good idea to see if I could go pay for stuff with Kraft singles. Didn't work. Didn't even get a back massage. Yeah, I brought in a whole pack of Kraft singles. You
Where?
can't tip with those.
At a massage place?
Yeah, it started off as reflexology. It turned into me getting referred to leave the building real quick. My feet still hurt.
Yes, well, they felt good to me. You were just playing
Ooh.
footsie with them at the table. But, wow, I'm sorry to hear
excited.
about that. Did you go to the Groping Hands place on 51st?
I did. I thought I wasn't sure if it was going to be you or me that was supposed to go out there. And so, yeah, I'm not allowed there anymore.
Well, I crossed that right off of my things to do.
I did use your name, by the way, just so I wouldn't use your name again. They knew who you were.
I had an appointment for Tuesday. All right.
Yeah, I said you were a regular.
Yeah, I'm past it. I mean, let's get massages, all of us.
On the massage bus.
Yes.
So what do you got for me this
Bernie,
week?
I would like to present you two scenarios. And you choose which one you're going to accept.
Like a choose my own adventure?
Yes, but you cannot not choose one. You have to choose one.
Oh, these are the worst.
No, these are great. This is awesome. I've done a lot of research polling ahead of time to find out what America would like you to answer to. And this is the two questions that filled up my inbox in my email at the
Budweiser email?
No, the Bob the DJ at newjersey.usa.com hashtag Bernie Dyke podcast.
Oh.
Got a lot of these scenarios sent, and these are the two that trended highly. So
Proceed.
I will read both scenarios to you and take time to let it breathe. Are you ready? Scenario number 1. Would you rather go, Bernie, to a couples retreat with Rosie O'Donnell, just you and her? The first day, you have a nude hot yoga session. Evening comes and you have an intimate dinner for two, an exclusive romantic fondue restaurant where you're dipping certain items and hand feeding Rosie O'Donnell the food. Then you head back to your bungalow and you seal the deal. And when I say seal the deal, Rosie O'Donnell has a giant strap on and she fucks you in the ass.
Oh, man.
That's scenario 1.
No sponsors.
Scenario 1.
Okay.
Scenario 2, or would you rather go on that great show I love to watch, Naked and Afraid, with Nancy Pelosi. Bernie Dyke and Nancy Pelosi, nude and afraid in the Sonoran Desert of Arizona.
I'm starting to see a pattern here because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be naked and afraid in the bungalow.
I don't know if you're afraid.
I'm pretty afraid of that. I mean, because
well,
sounds like we're not getting the old. Am I getting the Rosie O'Donnell from the girl baseball movie, or am I getting the Rosie O'Donnell from The View?
You're getting Rosie O'Donnell present. But let me continue on.
Okay.
You're on Naked and Afraid with Nancy Pelosi. You're in the Sonoran Desert of Arizona. It's March, so the temperatures at night are in the 30s in the desert. You're both nude. She brings her one survival item, which is a large can of Aquanet.
Oh.
You have brought your survival item, which is a large shaker of pre-workout.
Just the shaker, or I actually have.
You have the pre-workout.
I have pre-workout too. Okay.
Yes. Now it's getting cold. The shelter here is being built. You must cuddle and start a fire with the Aquanet and the shavings of Nancy Pelosi's pubic hair. Now, just to finish the scenario.
How am I shaving this stuff?
A rattlesnake has now bitten Nancy in the vagina. You must then, to save the Speaker of the House, in line for the presidency, by sucking the venom out of her rattlesnake-bitten vagina.
There's more.
She taps out the next day. And you have to then testify in front of Congress 2 months later about how you sexually assaulted Nancy Pelosi. Which scenario do you want?
Is this one of these lucid dreams you have?
Which scenario do you want? Choose one. Rosie or Nancy?
I think I'm going with Nancy because the shame and pain of Rosie, you're never going to wash that guilt. You're never, ever going to wash that off. The Nancy thing, though, does she die from the snake bite?
No. You've saved her life.
I saved her life.
But you are now a #MeToo. I mean, you've just now assaulted the Speaker of the House.
I think that I'm good enough at talking that I can spin that.
And it'll be good for the show.
I'll get PETA on board because I didn't even kill the rattlesnake. He was just trying to do his thing.
No, and you saved the Speaker of the House life. And think about the show.
I think I'm a hero at that. Purple Heart, the whole, I don't know
so
what
you're
heart
going
to
with
give you,
Nancy
I'm
Pelosi.
not military, so
you're going with Pelosi.
Yeah, I'm probably going with old Aquanet Shine. Old Shine Dine with the Aquanet.
Awesome. All right. What do you got on your mind, Bernie? Because that was on my mind most of the day.
You kind of threw me a little bit off there. I wasn't expecting that, and I think you know that at this point.
That was my goal.
Yeah,
that was my goal.
Shook up. I was gonna take it to a kind of a more nice place. But,
that was my goal, Bernie. I'm sorry, but I ran it by your friend. I ran it by your buddy outside.
I don't know. You probably didn't see this video on Facebook that I was going to try to show you before we started today. And it was of a humongous spider that just drops down the back of a person's car. And you know how like when you have a hatchback, there's the crack of the hatch that lifts and just into the car. And I'm talking a spider like it's big. The person's in traffic videotaping the spider. I want to bail out of this podcast like I would want to bail out of that car after that question. I'm scared I'm going to have one of your lucid dreams now with Rosie O'Donnell and Nancy Pelosi.
That's so awesome.
I'm going to be at like the Connors table in a sitcom, and they're going to be guests that come onto the show. I feel like this is going to happen. And I know we're talking Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, but that's where my mind.
Wow, Freudian slip. He really wants Roseanne Barr, not Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, who would pass up getting? First of all, good for you.
I guess things were different in your day. You got so excited. I feel like we're gonna be able to go back on the audio track and see that point when you talked about Rosie and the strap-on. How
it was just simple.
Your
question.
affliction in your voice was.
Look, if you have a problem
high.
with the question, then you have a problem with your viewers who have filled my inbox at bobthedj@newjersey.usa.com with scenarios they wanted to give Bernie. That filled my inbox, so I'm sorry.
my inbox right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to have to answer a lot of these questions.
Well, your inbox is empty because you didn't take the Rosie scenario.
Yeah, she wouldn't call me back anyway. I guess I would just be a spring fling for her.
Moving along. Do you like green bananas?
I've never had one. Oh, you mean like when they're not ripe?
Yeah. Do you buy green bananas?
Of course.
Why?
Because you have more longevity of when you're going to eat the banana. It's easy.
So you don't want to eat the banana when you buy it?
Well, I'm buying a whole hand of bananas. I'm not going to eat the entire hand when I get to the house. I buy for more than one day at a time. I'm a thinker.
How many bananas a week do you eat?
Probably none.
Oh.
Oh no.
That was a bad subject.
It matters if I don't know. I go through spurts of eating food. I don't always eat the same stuff.
Let me go back to my notes.
Go back to your notes. What did you used to do with your kids when you had to stay home with them? You had, what, 4 in the house?
I didn't have to stay home with them. I was sleeping. I worked all night till 3 in the morning.
You never had when they had a day that they all had to stay home from school. You guys didn't have snow days here, so that's kind of. There was never one that like caught you off guard. Your wife had to go to work, and you were like, "Shit, I'm stuck at home with all 4 kids."
Mine's a different scenario. I was the coolest dad ever because I was a disc jockey. I worked from 7 p.m. till 4 in the morning when I got home, and they were asleep, and I was cool because I had all the music, and so my days off, I got to go to like all the field trips. Mm-hmm. I was a field trip dad. I went to field trips.
I saw a video of this kid had the craziest, what are those, like the rat trap thing? Remember the game where you set all the different stuff up and
Mousetrap.
But it was through the whole house, and it starts with the kid like flushing a piece of toilet paper, and it pulls something, and it just sets this whole chain of events. And I said, I could picture Bob with his 4 kids doing some crazy stuff. Maybe not that, but I just figured you had to have done, like, we used to make crazy tunnels and tents all through the house. Like, you'd bring chairs and put them in rooms so you could go room to room and I always thought I just figured you were a little different, that you guys might have done some like crazy stuff, but I didn't know.
No, I took them out of the house for that stuff. Like, my big thing was I would whisper in I got 4 kids growing up, so I had 4. So I couldn't, like, we're all doing this together. So I would, like, talk to one of them the day before. Like, let's say my son, he's in 5th grade. And I whisper in his ear the day before, I'm like, look, I'm going to come in tomorrow. I'm going to check you out of school about noon. Say you have a dentist appointment. We're going to the creek.
That's exciting.
That's what I would do.
That kid didn't sleep that night. He was like,
That's what I would do. He'd be waiting for my call, like, Bobby, come to the office. Your father's here to pick you up.
He's checked out in class. They're like, we're having a test. And Bobby's like, fuck you. I ain't doing no test. And they're like, Bobby, you need to do the test. And he's like, 3, 2, 1.
That's what I would do.
That's exactly.
The kids, though, they've told me stories what they did when I wasn't around. My parents weren't around. Like the Bobby, of course, the alpha male of the 3 girls there. Let's jump off the top stairs, because we have a 2-story house, and land on the mattress downstairs. Like, jump off. Like, yay! Yeah.
We used to get a lot of snow where we were from. And one year we got it so much that it was level with, like, how the roof pitches. So the snowbanks were, like, level. So my sister and I, before we shoveled the snow, we were sledding off the roof, like, on the thing.
Now, when your parents were home?
Yeah, they were cool. I think my stepdad, it was his idea. He was the first one, like, you should launch off that thing. You could walk onto the roof from the snowbanks. That's how high they were. Well, we have one part of our house that's a lot more pitched. It's very, very high, kind of second part of the house. So my sister and I are shooting off this, which kind of launches you midway off of the roof because it kind of drops down. Well, the snow had melted a little bit, and we both went off at the same time. She was younger, and down into the snowbank.
It didn't hold?
No, we shot straight into the snowbank, and she was buried up past her. And I was trying to pull her out.
India?
India, yeah.
Ooh.
And man, she was freaking out, and I know she couldn't breathe down there. So, and my mom had told us like it was enough because it was starting to like get really wet and soggy, and we weren't listening. We still climbed up onto the roof and did it anyway. But I almost killed my sister that way. Like buried her into the snow up past her head, and I was scrambling to get her out. And then when she got out, we both broke the rules, so we didn't tell Mom.
Were you the older brother?
Oh yeah, I was the older brother.
That's bad.
I was a fun older brother.
Yeah.
like practicing wrestling moves on all your siblings. Oh, I'll power bomb the shit out of my sisters. Pick them right up and slam them.
He's power bombing the crap out. Did you say power bottom?
Power bomb.
Oh.
No power bottoms.
Power bottoms.
Hey,
different sponsorship there.
Yeah.
Back to the Dyke community.
LGBTQ. I don't know how you even say that. I just start throwing letters together and hope they're right.
Bernie, I got a different. Let's just go somewhere else, all right?
Where are we going?
Because, I just think that you're a smart guy and you're witty.
All right.
Let's try a segment called Pirate Jokes. We start until one person has nothing left. You can start with your first pirate joke, and then we'll just go back and forth.
Pirate jokes?
Yeah, like pirate.
Where did you think that people? Do you think normal people just have a cache of pirate jokes?
Absolutely.
In their back pocket?
Yes. And by the way, there's an official Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is 4/20, coming up soon. So work out your best pirate jokes. Do you have one? I mean,
what's a pirate's favorite letter?
I don't know, Bernie. What is?
I hate you right now. You're supposed to try to
No, because I've got.
Yeah, because you know what the answer is.
No, I have two. There's two of those. Right.
Most people think it is R, but it isn't. It is C.
Oh, good one, Bernie. All right.
There you go.
So, a pirate walks into a bar. He's got a paper towel up on his head. He says, "Arr, bartender, give me a beer." She goes, "Yeah, okay, but what's with the towel on your head?" He goes, "Arr, there's a bounty on me head." Your turn.
Dude, I got nothing.
Are you serious?
Dude, nobody has pirate jokes.
Viewers, fill up my inbox at Bob the DJ, whatever we said earlier. And with pirate jokes, because I've got like 12 more.
Were pirate jokes like the mama jokes of your day?
Well, when I was born, pirates were real. Some people were a little younger. I'm bringing in the older demographic.
This is like 100 years ago?
Whatever, man. Let me just drop the mic on this one, because you don't have a reply.
Please don't drop the mic.
But you don't. Well, they're very expensive.
Yeah.
Thank you, India. Yeah. And the LGBTQ community.
The Dyke community. They're
Yes.
good people.
So the idea was we go joke off, but you're done?
I don't have jokes lined up for pirates.
I didn't want you to line them up.
I can't even come up with something like clever to think of about a joke for pirates.
Man, I tell you.
Well, at least give me one more. I mean, if you said you had a whole...
Okay. A pirate walks into a bar. One of my favorite jokes.
Are we going to still do this?
Yeah.
No paper towels, though, right?
No. A pirate walks into a bar. He's got a steering wheel attached to his penis with a large chain. It's just swinging back and forth. Bartender goes, "Yes, sir, can I help you?" He goes, "Give me a beer." She goes, "Well, of course, sir. Do you realize there's a chain attached to your penis with a steering wheel just swinging back and forth there?" He goes, "Arr, it's driving me nuts."
Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, I see why nobody has pirate jokes.
I got 12,000 more. And don't forget, fill up my inbox at bobthedj. Whatever.
You have no friends. None.
I do.
The Duke doesn't count. He's a bobblehead.
We're not friends?
Well, would you keep telling me pirate jokes? We might not be friends.
It's just show fodder. I think
the
the
worst.
Urban Dictionary has screwed us all over because faggot is a bunch of sticks. If you look it up,
Bundle of sticks.
yes, it's a faggot.
Well,
Does anybody have a faggot?
And a fag is
When
a
you were with
cigarette,
Nancy
right?
Pelosi, you guys might look for a faggot.
We
to
tried to
light with her
build
pubic hair.
Between a Dyke and a faggot, you could really build some water up
You
there.
could
my friend.
actually, you and Pelosi.
But we're gonna have an ocean in no time.
Man, the Aquanet.
The aqua net. That's what catches the aqua is the net that she
and
had right
the
there.
fact that you had the pre-workout shake,
What did we do with that?
you drank it apparently, and you're just all about it now.
We built some dams.
Oh, you sucked the crap out of that rattlesnake venom. I'm
Poor
sorry,
Nancy
we
Pelosi.
digress. Yes, God bless her. Hey,
Isn't that the Pelosi clap?
the Pelosi? The Pelosi is something you get at Polano's. It's a dessert.
Did you not see the presidential address when she was standing behind him?
Yes.
And he made a comment and she went.
Yeah, but there's no K in her name. It's Pelosi.
I like the K.
The Pelosi. Oh, it's a Puluki is the thing at Polano's.
Polanos. Are they the ones with the good wings?
They're the ones that are family owned and operated since 1975.
Is that the one that...
Polano's Pizza.
You're not getting free pizza from them.
I'm getting sponsorship, Bob. And we'll have it here on the show.
We got to get Rosati's. I need some Rosati's.
I've got sponsorship from Polano's. Have you ever had Polano's?
Yeah, I have. It's off 59th and...
You have to eat it in. If you take it out, it's no good.
You told me that.
Yes. Did you eat in?
I probably didn't.
That's it. I
ruined it.
Done with the whole thing. It's only good. Eat in, and then come back to me.
All right, that's fair enough.
All right, thank you.
We should get some
Polano's Pizza.
We should go get some burgers or some
Mike
steaks.
Polano for many years. I'm getting sponsorships, Bob.
Where was I went to Captain Bill's the other day. The sandwich shop.
On 35th Avenue.
That place is interesting.
Captain Bill.
Yeah, man. Took it back. Went and got a hot pastrami sandwich.
Let's hear a review about the hot pastrami.
It was pretty good, man. I wasn't...
Was it a sandwich or a sub?
It was the 8-inch. So, I don't know. It was good. It wasn't as good as the convenient corner store in Scottsdale.
Oh.
They make a really...
Scottsdale.
Yeah. But it looks like a little convenience store, like one of those Arab-style markets, but they got
Captain
a deli.
Bill's has been there forever. I've driven by it, and I've never stopped.
Oh, my God.
What's up with Captain Bill's? Give me a review, please.
It's
the decor. The
decor is crazy because, like, all the tables are all pictures of, like, people, the younger kids, and that was the hangout back in the day. Like, that, when you see, like, it looked like the 80s probably with the haircuts and stuff like that. There was a lot of really pretty chicks in there. And they were having a good time. Everybody
a lot of
Aquanet. Man, that place was breathing Aquanet. But it's a good... They have so much crazy stuff on the wall. I think I even took some pictures. They had like a deer head with the Bob Marley...
So the ambiance is...
It's pretty wild and wacky.
And the food?
It was good. It wasn't...
1 to 10. On your... what'd you have again?
I had a hot pastrami.
1 to 10 on your hot pastrami 8-inch sub.
I'd give it an 8 just because of the decor was cool, the place was cool, the food was good. But once you go to the Carnegie Deli and you get a real pastrami sandwich, oh boy.
They don't have one in Phoenix.
No, Vegas.
Okay.
But you get ruined.
You're comparing Captain Bill's to the Carnegie though. Big time Captain Bill's. We're going to have pizza and Bill's. This is great. Sponsorships are coming everywhere.
Man, I wish Albertsons would sponsor me. I'm tired of spending all my money there. They're like the drug dealer of food.
Albertsons and Safeway are the same family, you know.
Yeah.
They got a great wing bar, bub.
Dude, you can't walk by that thing.
I eat it every day at lunch.
I wish...
PWP.
I always feel like you should be able to grab one when you're just kind of like... When you're walking through, you know how you can grab a grape... You just grab a grape real quick, like, oh, yep, these are good grapes.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the Albertsons, maybe not in this neighborhood because it's nice, down over there at Cave Creek and Union Hills, they're grabbing them all day long, Bob. They're pretty much getting one of them bags, putting 3 or 4 in there and just shopping and then putting the bag away. Yeah, that's
common practice.
It's the greatest homeless invention ever. As long as you don't look homeless, you can go in there and eat a wing bar for free. I haven't tried that yet because I'm honest.
Yeah, but you do have that homeless look sometimes. Like we talked about it the last time, the chick that walked up to you while you were on the phone.
I didn't have a homeless look. I was acting crazy.
She thought you were homeless and crazy.
Come on, man. I don't dress
You had
homeless.
that you were talking to yourself.
Yes, but that's crazy, but I didn't look homeless.
The dirty warehouse shirts. Like.
By the way, my first experience with PWP was 1972. I was 6. I went on a camping trip with my mom and my 4 sisters because my mom was a single parent in New Jersey in the 70s, and there was a thing, I think it's still out there, called PWP, Parents Without Partners. She joined this group, and we all went on big things, people that didn't have a mate. We went camping in the wilderness, PWP. When I told my mom I got a job at PWP, she's like, Parents Without Partners? I'm like, no. I'm telling you, bub, out there in the land, Google the original PWP. It may still be in existence. Parents Without Partners.
That was before Plenty of Fish and any of those things. They said, let's just put them all out camping.
We went camping. Like, we were camping. Like, there's I got 4 sisters.
What your mom was doing.
Hold on, whoa, bub. 4 sisters and little Bobby in a big giant green, looks like the MASH army tent. And we're hanging out, and Mom's out there, smoking her cigarettes with her bouffant hairdo.
Virginia Slims?
I don't know.
She smoked
I have no idea. No.
Your cigarette said a lot about
My
you.
mom smoked haters, man. My mom was not Virginia Slims kind of gal.
She was running hundreds.
She was definitely...
Shoulder burners. Every time you turn around, you light your shoulder on fire.
Yes, and I don't know what was happening out there. All I know is I got to go fishing.
Yeah, Bobby, run along to the creek. I'm going to hang out with your mom for a while.
And it was like every other night anyway back then. Your sisters are babysitting you and Mom's doing something else. At least this time we were all in the woods together and she'd at least come back.
She never left you in the woods?
Can we just move along to another subject?
Oh, it's getting sensitive.
My mother is the salt of the earth.
She is a saint.
Raised us by herself, 5 kids. And buried one. That's terrible. Don't ever bury a child.
No, it's not good.
Right. Oh, that just got to a dark place.
I need a song that we can play from that point right there. Just like...
Well, that brings me up to an idea that I would like to bring in a musical guest at some point. Crazy Cover Keith.
Oh, absolutely.
No. You play a couple of songs like Deep in the Heart of Glendale.
You guys used to have a band, didn't you?
Oh, we were very popular. Again, with the Dave Pratt Show and played at the Improv once. I have a CD I could, I think I actually gave it to you years ago.
Yeah, we should put it up.
Been on the radio.
I can put that up on the site.
Let's just, pick and choose a couple songs.
Well, I'm not saying the whole album. I'm saying we could pick or choose the few best and put them up there.
Because most of the songs we wrote were topical, like for the current time. So a lot of the songs...
Like a lot of your medication back then.
Yes. I mean, you write current music. So like right now, if I wrote a new song, it'd be about something current. My mind's telling me no, but my body...
It's telling me that dude is a creep, and they're about to get him and Michael Jackson out of here.
Hey, he just paid $167,000 in child support and got released. He didn't. Some unknown donor paid R. Kelly's child support.
One of them women.
Didn't sign it. He's out free.
That's crazy. I won't watch the docs. I won't watch them. I can't even... I think that we should both watch the Neverland one if we're going to talk about it. Because that one, like, you're killing the king of pop if you do it.
Hold on, man. Stop. Nobody today lets their child go hang out there. So let's just...
If Michael Jackson comes to you and says, oh, Bobby's such a good boy. He should come to my ranch and have all these nice things. And he's going to have a great time. And I know Bobby can't afford to take him to Six Flags and do all these fancy things. But why don't we take him to Neverland? You ain't going to let him take Bobby ain't going to Neverland?
I'm going to ask probably what other parents did back then. How much are you paying me? What do I get out of it?
So you're pimping your kid out.
I think I'm going to pimp they had to have pimped their kid out of it.
That's what happened. Absolutely.
There's no way you're like...
This is going to be a great experience for you. What were they thinking? What? I mean, man, that poor guy, though.
Who? Bobby? My son? He never went there.
Oh, I thought he went...
Hey... No.
Sorry, Bobby.
He didn't go there.
I know you're a lot bigger than me. Don't beat me up.
No, he's cool.
Man, that's just that guy. The poor guy. Like Michael Jackson really must have just been so abused to even. Because what if he was just trying to have a childhood? Like, what if you're that rich and you didn't have a childhood? Like, let's not say that he's a creeper for a second.
So the people though that were there and now are telling their story, which would be really embarrassing. Can't get any money out of this anymore because
one of them sounds
lying.
Like it's his lover.
So how come you believe every woman who says something has happened to her with no evidence, but then there's a boy now 30, 40 years old who comes out and says this can happen in the shower? That's the truth. Unless you just discredit every victim at every time, that's either the truth or not. It cannot be proven.
How are you gonna be investigated by the federal government for that many years and they don't have anything?
Do you not look though now in the bigger picture of that time and what was going on? That doesn't seem weird.
A lot of stuff seemed weird.
Well, why wasn't it weird then?
Well, it's probably still weird now. They're just hiding it better. They just got what was the dude that was out here that they were constantly harassing? Weinstein.
Yeah, but he started the whole #MeToo movement. because he was the first one that they came out with. Hey, he slept with some girls. This is a pedophile we're talking about. We're not doing the hashtag me
So, but
too.
R. Kelly's a pedophile then too, because those girls were young.
Duh. Come on.
How many songs though does that ruin? Because it's not just him, dude. He wrote
only
songs.
one for me. My mind's telling me no.
What about I Believe I Can Fly? You can't ever see.
He sang that one?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was back at the club in the days, and
I believe I can fly.
he better.
Terrible, yeah.
He better fly.
He better fly.
Yes.
He better get into one of your dreams and just whoop, 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 whoop.
He's not going to be in my dream, Bub. What do you mean, my dream?
No, like one of your dreams where you can fly.
Oh, yeah.
He better
needs to
get out of there.
But that's his dream, though.
Oh, so I had a work dream.
Ooh.
I had a work dream. It was quick though, and it woke me up.
60% of Americans have them. I'd like to hear yours. I'm going to write this down.
It was back at our old place of employment, and I think that's where it was. But I was dealing with DE, and I was carrying a bag of DE to a customer.
DE.
And as I was bringing the bag to the customer, it just kept like the whole bag was like pouring into my shirt and onto me. And you know what that's like when you get a bunch of DE powder on you.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't do anything. I sit at a desk now. I don't even pick up shit.
So I freaked out, took my shirt off in the dream, and started dusting it out, and then I woke up. That was the dream. Was
it a stressful dream?
It's very, like I said, you know what it's like when you get DE powder all over you. Like,
but were you having a stress? Was it a bad dream?
Anytime one of those bags is breaking on you.
Was anybody else in the dream?
I can't remember who it was in the dream. I just remembered that I had to tell you that it's.
Was it a 50-pound bag or a 10-pound?
It was either a 50 or a 25.
And were you covered in it?
Covered.
Were you suffocating?
Yeah, and that's why I was really freaking out about it.
Okay, after what I just heard, Bernie, I'm ready to interpret that dream. Because I have a lot of experience in this. What that says to me is you're letting go of the past, but you still feel suffocated. And you want to do a lot of cocaine. That's all.
Oh.
Well, and the last part was Freudian. Freud.
Freud said cocaine.
Yes, Freud always does sex and drugs when he interprets dreams. If you look up Freud, every dream interpretation by Freud is always some weird sex reference. This one to me was, yes, you were, yep, you heard it. Anyway, yeah.
Well, for all you out there, don't snort DE powder. It is not cocaine. Don't snort cocaine either, because both of those things are probably carcinogens.
Yes,
so just don't do it.
Everybody knows you smoke DE.
Oh, yeah.
And you compress DE with the cocaine into pills.
And
then you sell them to people.
Old people.
No, young people, old people, anybody.
Hey, didn't you when you used to do pools back in the day, you used to use gas?
Chlorine gas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, because there's a lot of guys out there that don't even know that it existed. There's a lot of young pool guys that are only been in the field 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I mean, you think I've been in the industry now for 10, and I never experienced anybody using gas. There was one person that I knew of.
Heads up, people, when you go to the brand new Wet and Wild, which is Six Flags up there, the guy is not running around with a floater throwing it in the giant tubs up there. They got 1,000-pound cylinders of chlorine gas. They're not all your water parks use chlorine gas, by the way. And so it's a common thing. But since the EPA has cracked down so hard, again, we're going to have to revert back to just, filterization, charcoal probably at the water parks, maybe shut down for several days at a time.
A lot more UVs and a lot more ozone.
Chlorine gas was badass, Bub. I would roll up to a pool. I had a rack of 6 50-pound cylinders in there. Looked like those little CO2 things you put in your weed pipe back in the day. Those are fucking badass, by the way. Those are the buzz bombs. Yeah.
I never used one. I've never even seen one.
Whippet.
Oh, like a cracker for actual whipped cream. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so these things look like those, but on steroids. 6 of them in the back of my truck. I'd roll up to your house. You had a pool in the back. Put my tank down. My injector on. Throw it in the pool. Looks like a spider web. Lands down. It's weighted. Turn on the cylinder. If you had bad dogs or there were some yard workers who were irritating me.
So wait, what you're saying is gas was a little bit better than a net and a pole.
Oh, it's way better. The gas for chlorinating a pool is way better because you just
No, I mean protecting yourself from that psycho dog that's running at you.
no. The injector helps when you're in the backyard, but once it's in the pool, you're done. But if you turn the gas up and it starts making the pool bubble because you're releasing it so quickly, as opposed to like we need to be here for like 10 minutes to gas the pool properly, or just crank a bitch on, and then the fumes start coming out, and then the yard workers start choking and leave. The dog falls down. And when the customer comes out going, hey, I have a question about it. Back inside, lady. We're good out here.
I wonder why they stopped it.
Oh, they still have it.
No, not for you. Not for normal use. You're not going out there using gas.
Well, you have to have a CDL with a hazmat, which I did as a pool guy. How many pool guys do you know?
You ever have a tank explode?
No, but no, they don't explode. That's a myth. There's no fire hazard in these things.
Yeah?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to really burn something really high. But the point is, if you like opened up a tank of chlorine gas and put a lighter in front of it, it's not lighting. It is. I'm sorry, but I've had the training. It doesn't light. It's not flammable. It is toxic. It will kill you. You can't light it. You can smoke around the damn thing. My biggest problem
that's so bad. Yeah. You can smoke. Let me inhale this carcinogen and the gas at the same time.
It's not flammable. That's a myth. However, it is very toxic. It kills plants. It kills dogs. It's probably killing me. But, I'm done with it. So
that's why you have that nice glow to your skin. It's all that gas.
I have different discolored parts of my lower legs. From you.
Oh, man.
But the awesome thing was this one old, I'm doing this guy's pool. I'm not trying to kill anybody. I'm just out there. This guy comes out. He's an old veteran, from Vietnam, an old guy.
Thank you for serving, sir.
Yeah, nice house. He comes out because he always had big German shepherds he had to put inside of his house because they were like police. They would kill you. So he had them in this house. I'm out there gassing his pool. I'm fine. I'm standing there. You got to know the wind, by the way. So he comes out, he asks me a question, and he literally starts coughing, like I'm killing the old veteran. And he goes, that's worse than Agent Orange. He's coughing. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sitting over there just rubbing it on my skin like a sunscreen. And I sent him back in the house, and that was the cool thing about it. I never had to talk to the customers.
Yeah, you build a wall. You build a shield wall up against.
Like Pigpen and the fucking Peanuts characters. There was this chlorine gas thing just going around me.
Oh, man, that is so funny.
Good times, bub. Cheers to you.
Yeah, I'm sure if you spray a little toward a dog, they go in the other direction.
What are you drinking there, Bernie? So the fans would like to know what you're drinking there.
Oh, this is high quality H2O. You see that blue tint in there. That's expensive water. Peasants can't get water like this. Yeah. It's
wow.
From the Arctic.
That's why he is the man. That's why it's called the Bernie Dyke podcast, and I'm not mentioned.
We're still working on that.
Well,
we got to come up with something.
Yeah, I'm fine. Anything else you want to discuss? Because I have one more or two things left.
All right, show me.
Do you have anything?
I probably do, but go ahead.
Okay. Is there any kind of a guilty pleasure that we need to know about that you might have, like some song on your tune list, or some show you like to watch, or something you like to do that people will be like, well, that's kind of embarrassing. I really like the ballet, or I enjoy butterfly catching. I mean, just anything weird about you that we need to know.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest song on your playlist right now? And I don't mean something cool. I mean something embarrassing.
If you compare it to the rest of the music that I have on there, probably John Denver.
Nice.
And I have an Elton John, like the
no,
greatest.
Wait, let's go with John Denver. What's your John Denver song?
Go to? I bet it's still playing from last night.
I'm hoping it's I'm Leaving on a Jet Plane.
That's one of my other favorites from that album, but the one that I play.
What do the fans want to hear? Thank God I'm a Country Boy? Oh, he might get sappy. This could be great. What is it? Is it some sappy love song? John Denver can't sue you. He's dead.
Well, there's people that watch his estate.
Would you ever build your own plane? Well, speaking about John Denver, he built his own plane and it crashed.
Man, when you listen to his greatest hits,
I'm asking you, would you
no,
build your own plane?
That's some like crazy shit Henry would do. You know what I mean? I'm not that smart. Like I couldn't do it.
Well, he piloted his own plane. He loved to fly, and he died in his own plane crash.
I mean, if that's your thing, if that's your big hobby, that's where you get your big thrill. Shit.
Build something that flies in the air.
Oh man, you're on another level at that point. When I look at that, like I remember I sold a vehicle to a guy one time in Scottsdale. He bought a truck. He says, "All right, I'm gonna have some work done to this truck. We're gonna go down to the airport real quick. I'm headed to Vegas." I said, "Okay, no problem." So he said, we're gonna go down and then you're gonna drive back out of the airport in Scottsdale, take the truck back, have him do the work. I'll be back in a week. And I was like, cool. We pull in and he pulls up to a hangar, gets out of the truck, walks into the hangar and walks a plane out. Just walks it out. And I'm like, and
like on a hand dolly?
Kind of like, yeah, it was like one of those things. And he just kind of like walked it out like he had a horse, you know, and like he just walked out with this plane. And I was like, and he started it and he was like, all right, man, yeah, we're going to go, like, got a party to go to. And I was just like, this guy, like, I didn't think he was too cool. And most of the people weren't talking to him. They thought his attitude, he was a little too cocky. But once I got meeting him, I'm like, of course he's cocky.
What's the smallest plane? What's the smallest plane you've ever flown on?
I flew on like an 8-person into Bahamas.
A puddle jumper?
Yeah, from Florida over.
Oh.
I think that would probably be the smallest one. It was tiny.
Did you have headphones on?
No.
Oh.
I was pretty wasted too. I don't remember a lot.
Well, you weren't flying it, were you?
No, I was in the back. It wasn't one of those real small ones.
Was it a good flight?
It was an actual commercial.
Was it a good flight? Oh, a little puddle jumper.
Yeah.
8 people?
It was probably more than that. That's how drunk I was.
Okay.
I don't remember. I probably could only actually pay attention to 8 people on that plane.
I've flown on one that my boss was the pilot of. When I worked for 2 years, I worked in the construction field. And we flew from Mesa to Bisbee because we had a project down there. And he, instead of, I was cool enough that I got to fly with him and everybody else drove. And he put on his headphones, gave me a pair of headphones. I sat next to him, and there was just 2 more seats. It was like one of them Cessnas, a little small little thing. Yeah!
Yeah, that's what this dude, that's what he did. He had one of those, and he started it
and
up.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But I did...
Scary.
Yeah, because...
What if you were in control?
That'd be scarier because I don't like heights.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
I'm not against heights.
Anything with a motor, anything that runs like that. Now, I've never flown, so I don't know, but anything that I've ever controlled, dirt bikes, wheelers, and I know that they don't even equate to it, I've always been very good at driving.
But if something breaks down, that's okay, unless you're 20,000 feet in the air.
Well, I'm not scared to jump out if I got a parachute.
Have you? So what do you... All right.
I'm bailing.
All right. What flight have you ever taken when they gave you a parachute?
Oh, you mean like a commercial one?
Anyone.
No, I'm saying if I'm flying.
Well, even the small guy that I drove with didn't give us parachutes. That, first of all, that'd be like, I'm not even getting on here if you're giving...
No, I just have them. You wouldn't have one in the... At least one. Like.
Well, you don't have time to go put it on.
Why?
You might as well wear it. Just wear it. And by the way, then how you getting the hell out of this thing? It's not like there's
no
pressing.
button. There's no ejector.
It's not going to work, Bo.
Hit the ejector button. What the fuck?
See, what they have nowadays is parachutes for the plane. They have that thing, like the small. They if you're really rich enough and you can afford it, they have like the fuck, we're going down, and a giant parachute tries to slow your plane down, the small plane from crashing there. My point is, we're not made to fly, except for R. Kelly and me in my dreams.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always been intrigued with it.
Well, you fly to New Hampshire, Bob. It's a long flight. You probably stop in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Because my daughter recently went to New Hampshire, Bob.
What'd she think?
She loved it. She loved meeting the people up there, her family, Angela's. David's family, a New England Patriot family.
Sounds
big
like
American flag hanging outside. Gorgeous home. Like, just the property is so different than it is out here. Just, how everything's
You've seen
large driveways.
I showed you pictures.
Oh, yeah. Yours is even better than that.
It's different.
Yeah, it's
But you ask my dad how much work has to go in. Like, you cut that lawn and you spend 3.5, 4 hours with like a 0-turn, super fast lawnmower. 2-3 days. It's already back.
but right now it's covered in snow, bub, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just brutal.
He only has to cut it like 6 months a year.
Yeah, it's brutal though. Yeah, but you know why you're not cutting that? You're shoveling snow and you're plowing snow and you're.
Got the snowblower, bub.
That's not. I'm gonna tell you, that's not always as easy as you think.
I'm thinking your dad's probably got a pickup truck with a blade on the front of it.
They have a whole company that they do that. Yeah,
There you go, yeah.
They got the. Wait, a pickup truck with a blade? It's called a plow.
Yeah.
Let me help you with that real quick. Yeah, so John Denver, it was Take Me Home Country Road. We were playing it last night when we walked out of NASCAR. We went to NASCAR yesterday, man. I had this talk with Tim last night, and it's a totally different environment. It's kind of like going to the Renaissance Festival. People that maybe outside of work that don't catch the respect that maybe they deserve, or outside of that place in the normal living world, people don't treat them with all the respect. But man, when you get to some of those NASCAR events, it could be you see a lady that maybe be working at Circle K counter or something, but she'll have $1,000 coat on, the headphones, the thing, and you're like, they're in their element, and they're all like a big family.
I wouldn't even know because I'm not a NASCAR apologist, but I have no idea. But
have you ever been?
No, and I have no interest.
Just because we get free tickets every year.
No, I got them at my work too.
I'm just saying it's headphones or the earplugs. You put the earplugs in, it's actually not bad.
Did you have any problem crossing the river, bub? Right, the Salt River was rowing across the roads on several ways to get to the raceway.
No.
Okay, second question. Did you witness the giant fight? And by the way, if you ever get in a fight with somebody, it's all over the news. It was all over the news this morning.
What?
On the preliminaries, what do they call that when you're tracking your time before you start the race on Saturday?
Yeah, your prelims.
Okay. One guy got mad at the other guy, and they got out and they started fisticuffs. The guy has a helmet on, and he's just punching the shit out of the other guy who has no helmet on, and the no helmet guy body slams the helmet guy. I'm
pulling it up right now.
It was all over the news, bub. It's like, yeah, and then the other guy pulls his leg. It looked like a girl fight gone bad. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You got a helmet on. Here you go. I got no helmet. I got a helmet. I'm going to beat your ass. Yeah. Ooh, body slam. And then the helmet guy. I mean, who doesn't want to fight with a helmet on?
Man, why they all have to stop him like that? Well, let him fight.
Watch the dude pull his leg with the helmet on like a girl. He starts grabbing his...
They all held him back. Man, I would have been throwing punches at the crew and stuff. That must have been his crew. That's what, because he kept reaching up at his neck and then like stopping, like, all right.
Hey, that's our NASCAR moment. Stay tuned for soccer time.
You were supposed to go to the Wiener Dog races yesterday because those were probably the most eventful thing going on in Phoenix. That is always fun, those Wiener Dog races.
I didn't have any sponsorship from the Bernie Dyke podcast. I was a little low on funding.
He didn't ask for any either, so.
Yeah, well, I didn't get reimbursement from the groping hands massage I went undercover for, so I didn't want to ask again.
That's understandable.
Thank you, Bernie.
Yeah.
I missed the Wiener Dogs.
I see that your scratch on your forehead's healed up quite nicely, my friend.
Absolutely.
Would you like to go play with some mountain lions? I got a couple kitties in the backyard.
I'm good, but thank you, though.
Well, I had a lot of questions about that this week. Some people were confused. They actually thought you were Roger Goodell. They didn't think you were Bob Ackerman. And I told them that big celebrities like that don't come around until about the 5th episode. We're trying to keep it low. But what I did want to show you, and I don't really care if the people at home can see it or not, because I put these up because I wanted to show you that you kind of look like a mix between Roger Goodell and Steve Irwin.
That does not look like me at all, for one thing.
I completely disagree.
Really? Where's the butt chin? And the guy on the left there, clearly
that's
could be
Goodell.
My brother. Yeah, that could be my brother.
I don't know. I feel like you got a little Steve Irwin going, and I didn't even pull the Maury Povich and Jerry.
Do you want me to get? I have a list of celebrities that I have lined up that have committed to the show.
Really?
for interviews.
Tell me all about it.
I don't have anybody coming to the studio yet, but I have several call-in.
Oh. We broke ground on the call-ins.
Well, I've been working hard on the booking of the guests, and I have several celebrities that have committed.
Do you want to tell anybody maybe a teaser or something?
Yes, when I say several, I mean 2.
Oh, well, that's more than 1.
But I've got 3 on the back end that I'm trying to work on. So let me just say that confirmed, Bill Walton will be calling in the show to give us the March Madness breakdown.
Celtics.
Yeah.
Superstar. UCLA, Grateful Dead fan.
Greatest guy ever. I mean, big man of the big man.
Oh my God.
I got him booked, Bernie.
That just
only because he knows you, apparently.
I was going to say, that just made my whole birthday.
Well, he knows you, so it was simple. Reached out to his people. It took like a week. They got back to me. I mentioned your name, and there's a story there, I guess, that you guys share.
Yeah,
I haven't heard about it.
It was a concert.
Yeah.
But are you surprised? It's Bill.
I also have, since it's the political season, Bernie Sanders is projected to join us here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, a fellow New Englander.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders will come on the show.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm really curious what he has to say. I'm a little nervous for him because, he did say a lot of wild stuff over the last few years when he did not win. So I think that's going to be very difficult. So hopefully he's got some good stuff to say.
I can tell you those 2 are booked.
That's excellent.
They're booked. They have, verbally have committed. Oh, that's great. By the way, also I'm looking in the future to book Charlie Sheen and the ghost of Rodney Dangerfield. So that's the future.
One of my favorites, Rodney.
Yeah.
He is. Actually, I just posted a video about him the other day. He killed, man. Anytime he was on like Carlin or anything like that.
I just got a text message from Angela that says, "What's the link?" Can you read that? Because I have giant old people writing. Go ahead. She wants to know what the link is to the podcast because it's not live right now, but I think once Bill Walton and Bernie Sanders come on, we're really going to take off, bub.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, it gets better every week. So we're just going to keep working on.
We'll keep texting your friends. And don't forget, Bob the DJ at newjersey.usa.com. Send your scenarios you want me to ask Bernie Dyke about. This week he chose Nancy Pelosi. Why are you making Siri have Tourette's?
I don't know what your phone was doing. It was doing some weird stuff. Every time a word changes, she tells you how it's spelled. She tells you that the word has changed. Your phone does some weird stuff. You always have the old people buttons on. Like all the little assistants. Text message.
That lets me know I got a text message, Bob.
That is creepy.
It is creepy.
Is that like when a dude on Grindr sends you a message? It's just a message. Let's have a sandwich.
Hey, this is voice text. And by the way, you're live on the Bernie podcast. Don't listen to what he just texted. I'll get back to you. Listen when the content is proper.
Well, at least you'll know how to get on there. Because I'm going to have this probably uploaded before the end of the night.
Well, how old are you? Full disclosure.
I'll be
today.
34.
No, how old are you right now?
33.
Oh, so that's 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Bernie's mom.
Should we tell him that there was at that exact time that I was right around being conceived, Bob actually happened to be in Vermont.
Well, I was. I don't know if you were up there in Lake Willoughby country, Lake Willoughby, or New, I forget the other name of the town, but Lake Willoughby, Vermont. Ooh, Canadian. Well, I did make a wrong turn once during the time that I was there. Literally made one wrong freaking turn, no border crossing. I'm in fucking Canada. I don't even know how I'm in Canada. I'm in Canada. Turned back around the dirt road, came back across.
You know what would have prevented that?
A wall. But nobody's going to Canada.
Or a sign that said, you're about to enter Canada.
They don't need a wall in Canada.
They're like, well, you can keep walking down this wood path and you probably will never be found again.
Well, we turned around because right away the military started shooting the catapulted rocks off their They're slingshots. The military, the French, I think they call them the French mounted something.
The Mounties?
They were like shooting slingshots at us, full weapons, and we just turned around.
Yeah.
And then they apparently they have a trained polar bear, like we have dogs here, chasing us. So we just ran back.
I thought about your dream that you talked about the other day about not finding the record at the crate. And I wonder if the guy that used to have to clean the pole at the strip club that you used to fuck with, I wonder if he would if he would enjoy the fact that he knows that you stress out over songs. Because why don't you tell the people how nice you were to the man that used to have to clean up after those poor ladies?
Yeah, it'd be in the middle of a busy night, Friday night. Somebody, maybe a customer spilled a drink or too much lotion or whatever's on the stage. Girls are falling. We got to shut her down for one song. Doesn't mean that you can't get a table dance, but we're shutting the stage down, and the big, buffy doorman has to go up there and towel down the stage. Studley guy comes up, goes, play me some Slipknot. Go up there, yeah. And I would literally, because he was, roided up and angry and was saving my ass most of the night, play some Slipknot as he approaches the stage, and then hit this button where it sounds like a record scratching and put on Dancing Queen by ABBA. There she go. And he's up there cleaning the pole. And every girl that works there is now tipping him, and he's doing it, and he's not happy because he really wanted a Slipknot. That's awesome, Bob. This guy...
As Bob's locking the door, getting his last drink for the night. Like,
no, he made a lot of money, though. I got him some money.
And he got to keep all those tips.
Slipknot ain't gonna work. I'm not up there cleaning the pole. I'm Slipknot, roided, big weightlifter. Go. Look how badass. No, fuck you. You're the dancing queen, motherfucker. Get up there. He probably made $50.
Oh, that is awesome.
Bernie, I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We don't need to push this any further.
All
All right. Well, again, thank you for listening to the Bernie Dyke and Boback podcast. We're going to add a little spin to it there. Thank you for hanging with us. Bob, thank you.
Thank you.
And until next week.
Bang. There's a lot for you to play with.